much old money, know it's noodle like pasta. Just might cut the dread short and go Mad Max off shotters. We ain't got a workout plan, but for that weight feds watch us.
You are now tuned in to This Is For The Cool, where the old school teach the new school. Today's episode will be about Bronny, and we also will be touching on Jimmy Butler and where you think he would end up at.
But wait, there's more.
I need y'all to smash that like button, subscribe, and drop some comments. Let me know if y'all think Bron and Bronny can do it, and where you think Jimmy will eventually end up. Let's get to it. Bronny and Bron. I think Bronny would eventually be good, just based off the things that he will have to face this season with this roster. I think him playing behind his father would be kind of hard for the first year, because we know LeBron still want to get his stats. You know, he still want to do his thing out there. He still want to run the ball up the court. So with his son being a point guard, it's like he's not getting the real exposure he needs to grow as a player, versus if he would have got drafted to someone like, I don't know, the Spurs, not the Bobcats, I'm sorry.
Did this just say Bobcats? Oh, hell no.
Spurs, the Hornets. Well, not the Hornets, because they have LaMelo. But the Spurs, I would say Pistons. Yeah, Pistons. He can come off the bench for the Pistons, you know. I know they got Ivy, but Ivy plays the two. Basically a team where he can shine. He will get more opportunity. You got Bron, you got AD. That's enough sharing as is. Like, you know, AD barely get the ball at times. So, you know, let me see. Let me think. I'm going to say Bron would have to sacrifice his game for Bronny to like really do his thing out there. It's going to be hard for Bronny this year, man. The guards are too big. You know, he's only 6'1". He's athletic. He can jump. You know, he can shoot. But you have to be strong enough. Just imagine him going up against Boston. Drew Holiday is going to make it so hard for him. It's going to be like Drew Holiday is playing his little cousin or his son or something. Like, it's going to be hard, you know, and it's going to be very frustrating for Bronny. So with him having to go through all that, I feel like the off season after this season, he would be a beast, because he would know things that he need to do. He would know like what he would need to work on. He would know how much strength is needed to be successful in this league. I think that he would get more physical. I think he would get more creative. His all-around game would change out of this season, hands down. Like, I know for a fact after this season, he's going to have a good season, because this season right here, all the downs is going to help him become the player that he will become. If the Lakers are not able to make it at least to the playoffs, we got Bron to blame for this one. You went and got JJ Redick. You went and got your son. You made all the moves, you know. So make a bust. You know, which one do y'all think would be? I'm going with bust, because I don't think they would give Bronny enough spotlight to actually be him. You know, like, he's going to have to shadow a couple guys this season. But next season, I'm rooting for you, man. Good luck, though, Bronny. Now, Jimmy. Where is Jimmy going? Cool dude, swag, tough guy. Where are you going, man? If you ask me, my opinion, I feel as though Utah would be a great fit for a player like Jimmy Butler. And they also pick up Trae Young. Oh, man, that would be one of the best teams. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish top 5 out the West, man. Like, Jimmy, he brings over that winning mentality, that tough guy, defensive, you know, and then on top of Trae Young, adding, you know, underrated Trae Young, I should say, because for his career, he averages 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 10 assists, man. And we all look at that man like, I'm not going to say we all, because I give him his flowers, but for the most part, people look at him like, oh, he's trash. He doesn't do nothing. He hasn't made it to the playoff this many times. And it takes a team. It's a team effort. And with the stats I just named, he's playing his part, but can he get somebody over there with him to help him, you know? And then he's getting into it with the coaching staff, the team in general. Like, he just don't want to be in Atlanta. So I feel like Utah would be a great fresh start for him, you know, seeing that he would have Jimmy, he would have Larry Marketing, that's actually another good player. The rookie they just got is another good player. You have John Collins that you used to play with. Jordan Clarkson. You got Saxton. That's gonna be a tough squad, man. I'm telling you guys, if that was to happen, y'all gonna come back to this video and y'all gonna comment like you knew exactly what you was talking about. I think that Utah fans will love this for the simple fact of it puts them back in a 90s mentality as far as like feeling good about their team again, and could they possibly do it? Now, don't get me wrong. I know what I just said, but what I'm not saying is Trae Young is John Stockton. I'm not saying that by any means necessary at all. But that's the closest they would get to John. That's the closest they would get to John. That team would be pretty crazy. I really feel like Jimmy would thrive over there, you know, with him having the defense he has. Then you have Saxton that'll play defense with you. Then you have Collins that'll play defense with you. You got Trae that's knocking down threes. You got Larry Marketing that's knocking down threes. You got the new rookie that's knocking down threes. Clarkson coming in the game knocking down threes. It's just the ball rotation will be crazy. And we all know Trae Young is willing to pass that ball. I feel like with a team like this, he can average 13, 14 assists easy. I would see Trae Young averaging about 22 and 14, while Jimmy is averaging like 22, 6, 22, 5, and 4. I would give him 22, 5, and 4, or maybe 22, 5, and 5. The team, I'd say they're a top 5 team out the West. I know, don't get me wrong, I know we got the Nuggets, I know we got the Timberwolves, I know we got the Thunder, I know we have, what was another team? The Mavericks. But at that 5th spot, you know, I just have to give it to Utah if they make these moves. Clippers won't be the same. They liable to miss Paul George. Even though they may pick up DeMar DeRozan, I still think those guys gotta, you know, get some type of chemistry going before they just jump right back into a top 5 team, because we know Kawhi is not finna play too much. He's gonna be out majority of the season. Yeah, he's been in and out of rotation, but he's played good this year. You know, for the most part, he's been there. But come playoff time, he wasn't available. So, you know, we'll see how things go. Almost forgot to mention another segment, one more segment. I don't know how I can forget this, but dejounte is going to the Pelicans. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but that is a great pickup. I mean, a lot of y'all might be like, oh, but they got McCollum. McCollum is not the point guard that dejounte is. Dejounte is better at the point guard position than McCollum. McCollum need to be off that ball for McCollum to be McCollum. Like, that's the McCollum that you want. You need a guard that's going to be willing to pass that ball, willing to get down there and rebound, play defense. A point guard that can play both sides of the ball is insane. They need that. Maybe we might see the Brandon Ingram that we've been looking for. You know, it's scary if you got a healthy Zion throughout the year. They still got Valanciunas, super underrated, because a lot of people look at him and be like, oh, you know, he don't do nothing except for get you 12 to 13 rebounds. Like, that's all you would need from him. And maybe 6 points, 6 to 8 points. You know, you wouldn't need much with him with having that roster. You got Jose coming off the bench. He's a great defender. Great defender. You know, undersized but great defender. I like the team all around. If I was to give it a grade, I would say, with a pickup like that, I would say B plus A. B plus to an A. You know, I think it's a great pickup for them. That's what they've been missing. Let's see how they can turn this into wins. Like, man, I see them finishing. I see them making it to the playoffs. Let's just put it like this. They're no longer a play-in team. They shoot straight to the playoffs after this one. Can't wait to see it happen. I can't wait to see it happen. I'm excited. But y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do Bronny and Bron and the rest of the Lakers make a deep playoff run? Do they make it to the play-in and get eliminated? You know, how far do they go? Where do you think Jimmy Butler ends up at? And let me know if it's a good take as far as Jimmy Butler going to Utah if they were to acquire Trae Young. Also, what would be your grade as far as the Pelicans trading for DeJounte Murray? And if you think that the Pelicans will actually do something this year, would they make it past the play-in or not? That's it for this week's show. This is for the cool. See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you. And again, I'll drop my Cash App in the description and also at the end of the video. You guys have a great weekend.